Welcome back to News Centre. Now, 24 years after the genocide, the UN office in Nairobi also marks the International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Well, that day is being marked today at the UN headquarters in Gigiri. Let's cross over there live and take a look at what's happening.
We are now a seed of hatred planted beneath the 1,000 hills of Rwanda. A once sunny and vibrant nation now turns to gray skies filled with lightning and thunder. A people joined together by nationality, now divided in threes. Neighbors bring their brothers and sisters to their knees. Sin of neighbor breaking down doors, walking in the blood you poured, driving the innocent from their home and leaving parents children on their own. Sin of neighbor, weapons at hand, the blood of Tutsis on high demand, instilling fear in their neighbors' minds and viciously turning against their own kind. Sin of neighbor, your machete sliced families apart. Your bullets pierce through the innocence of souls. The fire of your echoes sound like an instrument. Sin of neighbor, merciless and misled, you lay where Tutsi tears were shed. Oh, so many left dead, leaving survivors wondering what's to come ahead. We continue to preach the message never again. That's what we should live by, it's enough said. We are blood, we are pain, we are sorrow.
No, we were blood, we were pain, we were sorrow. We are change, we are progress, we are growth, we are peace. Even though all nations,
everyone,
turned their backs in times of need, we came up on our own indeed, with no help, no support, not one touch. But as we look back, we hold no grudge. Innocents of neighbor are no longer victims. As for all the stereotypes, we say to hell with the system. We are not weak or broken, but we are survivors. Our struggle and triumph is reflected in our rivers. Innocence of neighbor breathes a sigh of relief. We are now liberation. We no longer have to grieve. We see change and prosperity. No longer confused, we have found clarity.
We are blood, we are pain, we are sorrow.
No, we were blood, we were pain, we were sorrow. We are change, we are progress, we are growth, we are peace, we are now. Remember, renew, unite. Twibuke, twiyubaka.
Thank you very much, young ladies. Can I now invite the candle lighting team to come forward? We're about to light the candles. Candle lighting team. Come forward. Come forward this way. Moving. I should now like to invite Ambassador Mashari Kamau, DG Salu Okzaude, Ambassador Chimonyo, to light the candles symbolizing the victims of the 1994 genocide. There are 10 candles, I believe. Ambassador Kamau will light 3. Ambassador Salu Okzaude will light 3. Yes.
It is part of a week-long period of mourning commemorated since 1994 by Rwandese living at home and abroad, coming together to honor, mourn, and remember victims of the genocide against the Tutsis. This is a week-long mourning that runs up to the 13th of April. And earlier this week, we saw Rwandese in Kenya, led by the Rwanda High Commissioner to Kenya, James Kimono, also engage in this procession, through Nairobi City to mark the beginning of the mourning week. It is being commemorated today at the UN headquarters in Gigiri. Let's just continue to listen in.
Context as well. 1994 did not just happen. There was a pattern to 1994 that went back to 1959, when tens of thousands of Tutsis were killed and even more fled to neighboring countries, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi. Then the international response was muted. It was also muted in 1963, when even more Tutsis were massacred and scattered throughout the region, forced into exile. This silence seems to have emboldened those who were doing the killings and exiling, because they just kept upping the numbers, and there was no response from anyone until they could get to a point where they could say, let us be done with this Tutsi problem once and for all. And 1994 started. One survivor of the massacres and genocides against the Tutsi in Rwanda summed it up very well for a Ugandan newspaper when he said, from 1959 to 1990, it was a crime for a Tutsi living in Rwanda. Between 1990 and 1994, it became a death sentence. And from April 1994 till liberation, it was execution time. Miss Josephine Mureboyere is a survivor of those patterns, and she's here today to testify. I want to hand you over to Miss Josephine Mureboyere.
Ndabaramukije mugira amahoro y'Imana.
Good morning and may God bless you.
Nitwa Murebwere Josephine.
My name is Josephine Murebwere.
Nkaba naracitse ku icumu rya Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi mu 1994.
And I am a survivor of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi.
Nacikiye ku icumu mu karere ka Gasabo.
I survived in Gasabo sector.
Umurenge wa Ndera.
All right, that is the commemoration, 24 years since the genocide against the Tutsis in Rwanda. The theme for this year's event, which marks 24 years since that genocide, is Remember, Renew, and Unite to become one people. It is a genocide that was fueled by deep ethnic divisions against the Tutsis in Rwanda, something that the Rwandese government under President Paul Kagame has ensured will not happen again. We'll be revisiting that event at